just want to ask a question about the sacrifice of Ismail. The Prophet Ibrahim saw dreams that he was sacrificing
Mhm.
Ismail. Uh, I have read that these dreams were meant to be interpreted, but
Right.
Ibrahim alayhi salam uh, actually put it through in an actual form. Uh,
Hmm.
did he misunderstood the dreams, or
Hmm.
what's the cause of not
So yes,
actually
it's
interpreting
a very
dreams?
intriguing and a very interesting question. So remember, the dreams of prophets of God, they are meant as instruction and teaching for them. And these dreams, they don't symbolize actual reality. I mean, they don't depict actual realities. They only symbolize them. Let me give you that example of Joseph or Yusuf seeing 11 stars and the sun and the moon prostrating before him. And when he narrated this dream, I mean, he knew that the interpretation of this dream, as was given to him, was that his 11 brothers and his mother and his father would come to him obediently, although they were not shown. But the symbolism was that 11 stars and the sun and the moon were shown. So you see, basically, it's a symbolism. So, in a very similar way, when Abraham had seen in his dream that he was required to offer Ishmael or his son, the first son, or the firstborn for sacrifice, the symbolism was that he was required to dedicate Ishmael to the service of the house of God. So it was symbolized as if he's slaughtering him, as if he's dedicating him for God, and he is also telling him to just, I mean, he is not required to fulfill any worldly responsibility as a custodian of the house of God. He's just required to serve the house of God, to take care of it. And this was shown to him as a symbolism, as if he was sacrificing his son, or in other words, as I said, just dedicating him. And of course, when he saw this dream, it could have been, I mean, interpreted by him literally, and it could have been interpreted by him in this symbolic manner. So it was a test for him, because the Quran itself has said, "Inna hadha lahul bala'ul mubin." It was a huge test. He could have done it, I mean, the way he was told, and he could have done it by regarding it to be a symbolism. But it seems that he thought that this is something which is perhaps more difficult, and maybe he's being asked actually to do this. So he wanted himself to fulfill the difficult part, or the literal part. And I think this is what inspired him, that if he interpreted that dream in any other way, it might be something which is lesser in action than, of course, actually sacrificing his son. So he went for the literal interpretation, and he started to do that. And the Almighty immediately stopped him and said, "Qad saddaqta roya," which means that, Abraham, you are making your dream come true. This was not required. You were not required to act out your dream literally. It was like a symbolism. So this is how I understand it, that basically it was a symbolism. Abraham maybe had the symbolism in mind, but he went for the difficult part of that dream, which is to not make it a symbol, but to interpret it literally.